So guys, please, hey, listen, hey, those of you that are just yakking, listen, please. It says solve using factoring and the ZFP. So remember what let's see if you're talking, you're probably not listening. Remember what I just told you? I wrote it in like large fat font on the screen. If you're going to be factoring, you better consider the GCF before you do anything else. Make sense? So GCF and then move forward, okay? Ready, set, go. The next couple that we'll do here, I probably will do maybe a little bit less of this, but listen. Pay really close attention. For those that are erased it already, I kind of wish you hadn't, because I'd love for you to be able to compare and say, hey, did I really do that right? Listen, I am a big believer in this. If I communicate my expectations clearly, which I am not doing right now because some of my folks up front are not totally listening, right? Listen, please. If I communicate my expectations to you clearly, I will absolutely hold you to those expectations. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So if while I'm showing my expectations or communicating those, if you choose to be checked out or whatever it is Josh is doing up there, and you don't hear it, I'm sorry. I tried. So this is my earnest attempt to let you know what I expect. Here we go. So step one is to factor out the GCF, and I saw some really excellent work with the GCF. A lot of folks got to that. Some folks did this. Some folks lost the equal zero. So the equal zero, that's the main thing. That needs to be there. Can't disappear and reappear and go all over the place. It just needs to stay there. Okay, and then I had a lot of folks continued on, did a great job. This would be probably what I expect to see next. And, you'd maybe use the 2x2 boxes to get to this, or if you just recognize the difference of squares, that would be fine too. You get to this, and at this stage, I would say, let me ask you, at this point, have I solved this or factored this? I factored. I haven't solved anything yet, but I have definitely factored. So the step that was missing on some folks' work was this step right here. So I'm going to do this in a bright, lovely orange. This is the ZFP, or the zero factor property step, and it's this. First factor set equal to 0. Second factor set equal to 0. Third factor set equal to 0. And then, of course, those are all very easy for you guys to solve, right? We divide by 3, and we get x equals 0. We subtract 5, we get x equals negative 5. We add 5, we get x equals positive 5. At this point, I've communicated everything, and of course, I've got correct answers. You guys have any questions on that process or what I expect? What I have shown you up there, I want to be really clear about this. What I have shown you up there is the absolute minimum amount of work that you would need to show to be successful. Coy. Get it? Mm-hmm. So stop screwing around. Ben, you too. There's more work you could show. Obviously, you could show a 2x2 box. You could show a 1x2 box. There's a variety of other things you could show here. That would be the minimum. If you need more, do more. That'd be the minimum. That make sense? Yep. All right, cool. Let's try a little more practice. Let's try number 2. Number 2. I get this up here real quick for the video. Here's your factoring. 2x, x squared minus 9x minus 22 equals 0. Then we refactor what's left over on the inside. This gives us 2x times x minus 11 times x plus 2. Zero factor property tells me this. And so then, of course, these are pretty easy to solve. X equals 0, x equals 11, x equals negative 2. I saw that all over the place as far as answers. I thought, pretty well done. Quite well done. So guys, before you go, folks that are just sitting up there at the board, basically paying no attention to what I'm saying. Some folks aren't. Some folks are. Please look at the screen. Please look at the screen. Okay. So, On Monday, Unit 6 starts. So what should you come ready to go with? Your packet for Unit 6. I'll send you an email at some point over the weekend. Please do have that with you. Guess what? It's more quadratics. Yeah! Not kidding. It's more quadratics. All right. See ya. Have a good weekend.